he piped up or got taken out. Hurt with the family, then just the Matilda now gets taken away.
It's not
It's not luck at this point.
Okay, first pick in for Colombia now. The Alpha still available.
For the chip.
Or the chip.
Please.
But here's the chip. Do all players have chip in their hero pool?
Teams, you gotta consider because you play around this hero.
Yeah. I feel like they're also considering that, like, are there any... What if we pick up the chip suddenly just now it gets hard countered?
Yep.
Yeah, that's why they go ahead and back the Hilda instead.
Oh, the Alpha looks so juicy here.
Yeah, I feel like Colombia's anticipating that Cambodia might go for an assassin. The Hilda's really great into an assassin, with good pressure into the jungle as well.
Not so good into the Alpha.
Exactly, that's a problem though. But it's denying the assassin pick.
So they'd rather deal with the Tagabi Alpha than the Tagabi Assassin.
Maybe they have an answer towards the Alpha.
Yeah, that's what I'm feeling too, like, for Colombia. Like,
Will they know them?
Leave themselves. But if that's the case, they're gonna need to rush the Aurora and the Vex. They need that good control in the middle already. That's what they're gonna go for.
I like how the Hylos is also an instant answer to the possible Nolan.
Yeah,
Because you can just play woman-to-woman defense and just stop her.
you can do about it. And again, we were mentioning that earlier when we were thinking of the backs for Colombia, that unfortunately, rather, when you're going up against a way more experienced team, your heroes don't want to go up against Hilda and Hylos. Colombia decided to get the Hilda for themselves. Now they're up against the Hylos and the Alpha. The Aurora, I feel like 100% needs to get one here. They do need that extra control in the mid, extra little bits of poke damage. That will be good with whittling down on Hylos, which we saw also in the Cambodia series.
I agree. Either that
Oh, excuse me.
or Vexana.
Mongolia. series.
Mongolia.
Yeah.
So they go
Or
for...
Vexana.
Oh yeah, right. The Eve was left open. Eve and Carrie going to be picked up by Colombia here.
Wow, each
And-
answering.
Yeah, this is also a huge comfort pick for Yuri Nakamaru.
We were talking about how the carry has seen better days, but here when you're facing off against a Hylos and an Alpha, good pick. The answer by Cambodia, a box of their own, the Aurora.
This is why I wanted Colombia to get the Aurora for themselves, because that slots in so well with the Hylos and Alpha. It's even more so difficult. Yes, with Eve, we always think about the box. Hylos does not care about the box. Not to say it's an instant hard counter 100%, but now look what's paired up with the Hylos in the center of the map, the Alpha and the Aurora. Although all throughout ISF, I have been quite cursed with saying, yeah, that will struggle, and then it turns out that pick doesn't struggle at all, and it goes so well. Like, everyone's always exceeded my expectations, which is a good thing. But I will preface this by saying, it looks like that Eve will not have a good time. That carry, though, might have a little bit of a better time, because Eve is going to be the thing standing in the way between her and going down.
But I'm worried about her laning phase.
Yeah, because we don't know what Cambodia's rocking here.
Yeah.
We don't know what Team Cambodia's gold laner will be picking up, but they have all of the incentive to actually beat down on this carry.
Yeah, and I thought Colombia, number one, take out the COD, so, and the Aerotho. The Harith is also good too. You take out the Snowball first, so then you decide which gold laner you do not want to face just because it's good against the Eve. Is it the COD, or is it the Aerotho?
Cambodia want to see Colombia pick up an assassin. They're blocking out all possibilities of utility. What else is out there? You pick the Alpha yourself, you take out the X-Borg.
You know what's good against the Eve? Because he doesn't care about the box because he can just get out of it.
Against an Eve?
No,
No,
But there's an Alpha!
Oh, right. Oh my god.
Your wishful thinking has
Stop
fucked
being
your
excited.
vision.
Because I feel like
What
he's
is that
getting
Alpha
excited for Bane and for Colombia.
What if that Alpha goes EXP, huh?
Bane?
Bane's actually pretty bad against Aurora.
Yeah, it's bad against Aurora, but you can space it out. I think it's not bad.
The other thing that Talia has used in the jungle is the Mardix.
I'm weirded out by the Martis.
Yeah.
Too chunky. The three picks for Cambodia right now are too chunky for the Martis to perform. So I think Cambodia here will save their gold later for last.
I mean, either or. Oh yeah, they don't need to rush it here. XP roll trade. Got them already gone. Ooh, huh?
Oh, they want to use the flex.
The full flex.
The flex is the final pick for Cambodia.
Is that
Technically, if they want to be the Hilda in the EXP lane, you could still pick up something like the Uranus, right? Oh, but
rest of-
against Carrie?
The rest of their it will suck against the carry, yes.
Yeah.
But the rest of the lineup is enough is fast enough to warrant the Uranus. They just don't let the carry get to the Uranus.
Yeah, I see that happening. That might actually play out.
The Colombian jungler, we still don't know.
What's going to be picked? Martis, Bane, or what else? Julian?
Nolan's
I
still out
wouldn't
there.
mind. I wouldn't
Exactly.
mind it, Julian.
Nolan is still an option if they want to go for that.
But the Nolan is a hard stop. There's the Julian. Wow, been a while.
Oh,
Selena!
This is a Rome Selena.
Yeah.
Long time no see.
A Rome Selena against an Alpha Hylos Aurora.
very risky. What's the target here, Bruno?
The Bruno, the Alpha, to stun him?
It could also just be like, hey, Selena, Julian, Eve, every time you see the high loss or whatever, just throw out every magic crowd control you got and hope for the best. That's what it feels like. Oh, and it's the last pick. No, the Tigreal was perfect. It was the perfect response.
Yep, Yui locking in the Tigreal. She's ready. She doesn't care if she has to catch arrows.
Just at this point, they're just posturing up. Let's see whether Colombia can actually beat the super meta composition as we get into the land of Dawn for game number 1 of this best of 1. Cambodia versus Colombia. Taking a look at the emblems real quick. Whoa! Super confident lethal ignition from Maki God. Renmar did say,
Yeah.
if Colombia win in this game, it'll be back on the back of a Maki God performance, right? So lethal ignition makes sense. You gotta carry.
Go prime form at this point, you
Go
know?
God form.
The God form, prime form, whichever form, but
Oh.
well, we're back into the game already. And like we mentioned, you know, this is the thing. Revitalize is going to play a big part of this, as every match we've had so far, man. Because when you have that in your advantage, whether you're a Hilda, whether you're a Hylos, it helps you out so much in these little skirmishes. But the big standout is, again, how tanky, how beefy the lineup is of Cambodia on the front side. And I think that's why the carry was so important. Moshi? Okay, yeah, I forgot. This is the revitalized Hylos.
Revitalized Hylos will be very, very beefy, man. Gets that healing as well. Prime Maki God actually is doing a very good job just scouting away at Cambodia. Really getting a lot of the pressure down. XP up top again. You can see that this Julian, at least Sagami, has a speed of alpha, forcing out the flicker early. And let's get back to that point, right? The fact that we see a Julian, it's been a long time since we've seen Julian, and I think it's just because of the clear speed nerf.
Yeah.
Your enhanced sight has been nerfed, the passive damage just has been nerfed as well, so going up against someone like the Alpha who's just clearing the jungle so quick, you can definitely see that disadvantage start to play in for Talia. Still going up there. Reaction Spear of Alpha into their front, knowing that there's no more sword. Tagami just gonna go slice and dice Talia. Still able to escape with the help of Prime Maki God as Leah pokes them down slowly but surely.
All right, a little, you know, tough to get these things set up properly, especially, you know, when you look at the lineup here from Colombia, you're playing around Abyssal Arrow. That's the most part. Now, if you're able to get enhanced chains or something off, then that's great. But ultimately, like, this is what you're looking at. You know there's, like, these bodyguards front side from Cambodia, and if you're not landing them, you kind of have to just watch. You know, and that's really difficult of a situation to be in. Eventually, you're just watching them take these objectives, and you don't want to let that continue to happen. You know, so Cambodia, they'll play around that advantage.
And on top of that, Naisu, if you just take a look at exactly what happened earlier, is the fact that for Cambodia, they're playing their cards really, really well here. Tagami, this game has gone for the Quantum Charge. Not something we usually see on the Alpha. Usually we see the Impure Rages. We see an Abyss Arrow actually hit, but it's again onto, real manipulation from Leah.
Maybe that was
Zoning tool?
yeah, I guess zoning, you know, at that point, or trying to possibly set something up.
All right, so,
Tagami goes in. Enough with the Spear of Alpha. Leah could be in trouble. Gets cut off with the Glorious Pathway. So that's going to be a pickup here as Leah falls down. And, you know, again, that's what we were wondering. Was that bottom initiation a setup, or was it possibly a misstep? But look at the attention happening here. Cross map on both sides now.
yeah, pretty good trade on the board actually for Colombia. They noticed the fact that the bottom lane was actually just getting prioritized heavily by Cambodia. And again, it's great that just happened. Tagami getting the kill over. So much more mobility with the Quantum Charge too. This is the optional choice you can go for if you're going for Alpha. If you know that you're going to out-sustain your opponents and just out-team by your opponents, go for the Quantum Charge. It's really, really good for sustain and mobility across the map, so you can look for more ganks. And you can already see this play dividends for Cambodia in the bottom lane. That's that's turn 1
Already?
at 3 minutes. It's really just the power of the Bruno, essentially, right? On top of that, you're already in a winning matchup against this carry.
Mirko, I was going to say, you know, Bruno is typically known for being that hero to just demolish turrets, but already under that 4-minute mark, getting a turret this early on gives even more so of an advantage, even leading into this next objective, right? The second turn of the game, playing around that, and they'll go ahead and just kind of focus elsewhere. As you can see the swapping happening up, Yui Fendi going up top as well to go ahead and respond to Yuri. Right now, this turtle's going to be started up, and I think once again, we're going to have to see if Colombia can actually contest this. They get some vision. Gonna look for that Tigreal here. They gotta watch out for the implosion, but a fourth of the health on the turtle. It's gonna be secured though by Tagami. We're gonna force the fight. The real world manipulation comes down. There's the implosion we were talking about. The knockup comes through as Prime Makigan is down, and Leah is gonna be next. It's just too much crowd control coming out from Cambodia.
A 3-for-0 trade, on top of that a turtle as well. The timing and the zoning was just crisp, clean from Cambodia. And even here in the mid lane, we're seeing just exactly how, oh man.
Whoa, whoa, the Spear of Alpha are gonna bring her back.
Yikes.
Valu just taken with them. This is also gonna be a turret. They dodged that Abyssal Arrow, and this is an objective again for Cambodia.
As I was saying, right, it just shows you how hard the Hilda is to play up against a very beefy lineup. There is literally no pressure you can exert. And that was just crazy. Cambodia's went into the turret, went in and out. They might just be going for tier 2 with the Bruno. They already got a tier 1. Oh, she's walking up.
They're gonna do it again. Leah in trouble here, trying to find a setup place. Flickers defensively, forcing the fight once again. Frigid Glacier is gonna go in with a lockdown. Valu will be able to get a kill, and they return it back as the Tigreal finally falls too. But already
Leah.
Tagami getting more. Leah left in the whim all by herself. Nabi and Tagami on the chase, but Leah seems to be fine. The focus for now is going to be this tier 2 turret. Good push, though, on the bottom side from Talia.
Really good discipline here for Cambodia. They know that there's really no value in just chasing Leah down. She is 0-2 already. Might as well get a few more hits on this turret, tier 2. The fact that it's already this low at the 6th minute of the game, if they were able to get that, that would have been a massive objective to take. But now, they can just play the slow game again. They already have an alpha that is currently 2 whole levels ahead of Talia. And on top of that, they just have so many ways to zone Talia away from the neutral objective. Meanwhile, for Colombia, this Hilda pick really hasn't been able to show much of that dominance that we are used to seeing, at least for the Hilda in the early game. And mainly, I would say that's due to just how many tanky members Cambodia have and just how much CC they have too, right? Whenever the Hilda walks up, you either get frozen by Nabi or you're too occupied by the 2 frontliners. And here, that zoning control from Moshi. Again, free turtle.
Yeah, once again, Talia won't be able to get away. Trying to escape, but cut off and caught with the Spear of Alpha. Again, up top too, a little bit of focus here. Yui could be in trouble. Yui Fendi, 1 versus 2 will get trapped in the RWM, and finally it goes down. Colombia picking up a kill.
Good adaptations, honestly, for Colombia, knowing that there's absolutely no way you can actually contest with a neutral objective against a composition like this, who's just done so well in the early game. They went up top, going back to just how this composition should work, right? Targeting the Bruno down. Hilda, great against a squishy target, great against a marksman, and obviously Leah with that poke, plus Prime Makigan and the Selena. It's literally built to go up against these squishy targets. And unfortunately for them, though, it's just Yui Fendi. And even if, say, they get that win condition in the next few team fights, what are they going to do about Nabi? Once they use all their resources.
Or Tagami.
Moshi, Tagami, Nabi. At this point, I would even say Tigreal would be able to get a 4-man combo and then maybe turn the tides around completely. Moshi's just walking up.
Talia, okay, I was making sure, you know, gonna have to use that enhanced sword to get out, but once again, it's just, I feel like when you're looking at this Colombia, it's like, where can they find that window of opportunity when, like you mentioned, you named all those possibilities off from Cambodia, like the implosions, even getting cut off with the glorious pathway. There's so many tools available to them, and that's why we see this often where you're forced off the objective. You're forced off these tier 2 turrets. Once again, they're going to go for a push up top. Pistol arrow is going to land, but again, this is a very tanky Moshi, and that tier 2 bottom side will go down. So all this playing its part. Finally a turret. Tier 1 at the top does go down. Colombia gets a little bit of push. That might have been good for them again, dealing with this Lord coming up in about 10 seconds, but still, I think they're just outgunned here in terms of items and damage.
You can see just the frontliners eating all the Abyssal arrows. So, literally, even if Prime Makigan has a pretty good accuracy rate on hitting on those Abyssal arrows, even here, Talia walking up, getting the enhanced chain. It's cool, it's good, but if it just lands on Moshi and these frontliners, it really won't provide any value.
I think even at this point, Miracle, like, this Tigreal is just literally eating the arrows on purpose. So is Moshi. Like, they are purposely walking in them, because also we saw some Radiant Armors picked up earlier too. So, you know, again, this is why our panel mentioned on how important some of those picks were when they did see that Selena picked up. And you know that there's a lot of magic damage here on the side of Colombia. So right now with the Lord in their favor, Cambodia will go ahead and prep things up, manage the waves to get pushing into the base.
It's going to be really, really tough, man. Fen, you can see the items here already. Berserker's Fury and the Haas Claws, essentially for the Bruno, that's all you need for your power spike. And I'd like to actually compliment her getting the Fury Hammer, so a bit more penetration. Doesn't need to go for the Malefic Roar, knows that she's super far ahead, just goes for the Fury Hammer so she can deal away just true damage to the squishy, right?
Yeah.
Mid lane Holy Defense probably will be propped here, and this is where it's going to be very scary for Colombia. The only clear they have as of right now would be Leah with the real world manipulation. I don't even think Yuri Nakamaru is in a position to clear out the Lord properly.
There's the shields.
Yeah.
Being popped already. Ice Beam
Part
on.
of- yeah.
Will help part of this, yeah. RWM doesn't have to be used just yet, but they might just try to keep it together for the base push. Lord is shortly going down here. The mid turret, though, still going to be worked on. They might force a fight. Cambodia might just take a discipline round. Right now, even with the lead that they have, taking things slow and steady.
Oh, this is nasty. Nice. The fact that they're being so conservative with their skills, they're going to lose all of the base turrets.
Whoa! There you go. Tigreal with the setup with the implosion, then crash down. Good Frigid Glacier to stop them in their tracks. But Valu finally goes down to the last turret of the base. Also falls. And now Cambodia looking for more here. Can they end the game under this? The turret's going to be worked on. The base is a little bit damaged, but they still have to clear out the waves for now. RWF drops down, finds multiple members into the enhanced chain as well. They couldn't hope for a better setup. Tigreal finally gone down, but they're just outgunned and outmaneuvered as Cambodia will take the game in a decisive victory.
They were too conservative with their skills. They didn't want to use the skills to defend from the base turrets. But then you saw why they did that. They wanted to go for that big combo that possibly could turn the tide around. Unfortunately, they were just way too far behind to actually even battle it out, man. Getting a massive combo like that in any other game would have probably been a comeback angle. Would have probably been a one straight push angle, but they were not able to find that, unfortunately, for Colombia. Cambodia, at that point, were just too far ahead. 3 base turrets, super minions crashing into the base, and the Bruno had full stacks.
Full stacks,
Half
man.
HP with 1 basic attack. Leah lost half with one basic attack.
One basic attack, not only that, and I know Bruno is a football player, but man, he had that Malefic gun, picked it up. She was able to damage from a safe point. And when it's that kind of damage, with the full stacks and everything else, that's really tough to deal with. And like I said, Mirko, you have this front line that is eating the arrows that almost pretty much negates the whole idea around picking up a Selena. You didn't get the early snowball you're looking for, and when you just have a Tigreal and a Hylos across from you eating arrows, what do you do from there? Well, how are you even able to follow things up?
It was a very risky play to go for the Selena. We were already talking about it. The panelists mentioned it as well. It was a bit